Hi Berea family, welcome to my front porch. I wanted to talk to you today about some ways that you can stay healthy at home. By now, you guys are totally experts at washing your hands. Someone at some point taught you how to do that in the proper way, and you've practiced it so much that you don't even have to think about it anymore. It's just become an important life skill. And there are other really cool life skills that you can learn that can help you manage your emotions. When you're feeling overwhelmed or stressed or sad or whatever it is, there are things that can help you cope with that. And I'm here to share some of those ideas with you. Because let's face it, staying home all the time can be very stressful. So check it out. One of the best tools that we take with us everywhere we go is our lungs. While we're always breathing, we don't always do it with purpose and with intent. And when we're feeling upset or stressed, just simply taking a very deep breath and letting it out again can change our entire physical physiology. So when you're feeling overwhelmed, stop and just breathe a few times with purpose and intent. How many of you heard that exercise is really good to help manage your mood? It's true, but it doesn't necessarily look like what you might think. 30 minutes of aerobic exercise is really great for your heart, but doesn't necessarily have to be what you need to change your mood. If you're not feeling particularly great emotionally, you might just hop up and try 10 jumping jacks in a row and see how that feels. So this burst of physical activity can do you a lot of good. So even if you're not feeling up to a full workout, just give a burst of activity a shot and see what happens. The tools that we've talked about so far are things you can do anywhere at any time. The next set of tools, it needs a few more resources in order to achieve well. The tool of distraction is especially helpful when it's a situation that you cannot change. It uses resources around you that help get your mind off of your emotional situation. We see distraction constantly in our lives. Television, cell phones, games that we play, things like that are all distraction. But when we make our choices to distract ourselves with purpose and intent, we can make healthy boundaries around all of those things. Learning to self-soothe is an important skill for our lives. Self-soothing involves choosing items that we can interact with that help us feel better. This is my friend Harvey, the harbor seal. You can also have blankets or hot drinks or whatever it is in your life that when you interact with it helps make you feel better. Why don't you come take a tour with me of my distress tolerance bag? So yes, I keep it in a bag, and yes, that is a book quote, and bonus points if you can, in the comments, identify where it comes from. All right, and then in my bag, I have, this is a mini bag. These are my snacks because hangry is a thing. It's just true. I keep a granola bar and dried fruit in here. The key is items that don't spoil and items that don't get crumbled really easily. And then I also keep some tea bags in here because I find hot tea very, very soothing. Then also we have, I have a puzzle book because I like puzzles and they calm me down when I'm upset. Also, who doesn't like coloring these days? I know it's all the rage, but I've been doing it for a long time. I highly recommend it. Also, this is my journal. I don't usually journal. I'm not a journaling kind of person, but I keep this in here because sometimes writing out what you're thinking when you're really overwhelmed is really helpful. And I also use it to keep track of things that I cannot put in my bag, but that might be helpful. So I've used Post-it notes to stick them on the pages because I want to be able to come back to that and change them out as needed. So I have things like music, my Bible, which is usually on my phone, which is why it's not in the bag. That can be really useful. And of course, writing utensils for that journal. And I think that's about it. Nope, I got a few more things in here. This is lotion for my hands and chapstick. And these are really good for 2 reasons. The first one is, 3 reasons. The first one is because it just feels good on your senses. The second thing is that it has a scent. This is rosemary citrus, and it's very subtle, but it's quite lovely. And scent is one of our 5 senses that actually can really help us when we're in a moment of emotion. And then my third reason that I really like this a lot is because these items I actually got when I was on vacation in the UK with Mrs. Music and a whole bunch of other people. And so this reminds me of that vacation that I took. So yeah, that's it. That's my distress tolerance bag. Thanks for coming with me with this chat, talk, tour, learning a few things, I hope. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments or send me an email. And I miss you guys. I can't wait to see you again. Blessings.